lot of the stuff, and I've added a few more costumes in the player. For example, there's all of these. So I've added climb, and I've added so I've left a link in the description for where you can put these, but for where you can get all of this. So let's start by using this idol costume. Okay, this is pretty nice, and it looks better than the cube when it comes to this. Yeah, that's a major problem, is the fact that the legs can get wedged, but whoa, this is hard. I think I'm going to edit the costume a bit. The problem is that, I'm going to just add some shoulders, and then, I'm just doing this so that way it'll work better. So now. And so, I'm trying to show this bug, which can happen. So, yeah, that might be a problem. And also, there are so many possible ways that this thing can get stuck. How do we fix that? That is a hitbox. Okay, so why didn't we have to worry about it before? This is a hitbox, okay? So why didn't we have to worry about it before? Well, because that guy was square, and square things don't really need hitboxes because hitboxes are squares. So it was its own hitbox. But as soon as we transfer now, we're going to have to do this. So what we can do in order to create a hitbox is to duplicate the sprite and to draw a box around it, like this, and then head to back. So now, it's hitboxed. Now, what we can do is we can do a new broadcast, player hitbox, and when I receive player hitbox, switch costume to hitbox, idle 2. Yeah, for now we'll just do that. And then over here we'll switch costume to idle at the check scene. So now, we're currently in idle, but it appears that most of our bugs have been fixed, except that we can't seem to fit in anymore. Well, what we can do is we can shrink this to be thinner. For example, this, we can use the Alt key in order to shrink, and now it's much thinner. So the problem is now that there's a sprite, and this time it works, except the guy might be able to hang on his eyes because I forgot to remove them. But we already have something which you might be able to use, hitbox idle. So what this does is it's a thin hitbox which you can use, and it works, and I've made it. So anyways, let's switch to hitbox idle and let's see what happens. And the bug, not working. Yeah, the bug gone. I mean, sure, you're standing on those things, but they're going to kill you once we progress to a later stage of the game development. So I don't think that would be there. But anyways, so now that we're done with this animation, so let's make it so that way it flips in direction. Well, in order to do that, what we can do is we can separate X position movement and Y position movement. Move X, but we're going to need a new parameter, steps. Now, that is because, look, so we'll put this here and we'll use the steps thing. Now, this should work as usual. The X position is not there, but what if we made it so that way steps is blank? Yeah, that's really weird. Yeah, that's definitely really weird. Anyways, so the reason why is because this cannot be transferred to that. So, now we have a move X. So now, what? Oh yeah, hold on a minute. Sorry, I was supposed to move in the key movement. Actually, no, we should do this anyways. It's good for cleaning up. So anyways, we'll just do this. move Y and steps. So let's just see. Move Y, and what we can do is we can put this here, move Y, and steps. So I just realized this is not what we need to do. We need to edit the movement script itself. So as you can see, this is what's happening. But what if we change it a bit? So we can always use this point in direction block. So now it's upside down. That is not what we want. Just do that. So, but we're going to have to switch it because there are situations where a hitbox can cause trouble. So, in player movement, move set rotation style to left, right. So, I managed to make a costume which has less trouble with this, but I'm not sure whether there might be trouble because I didn't really test it out much, but it works. But now, we still don't have as much as we could. So what we can do is instead of this, we can create a new variable, calling it right, left key. Right, left key. And use the minus block, input this, and input this. Now, if we change X by right left key, yeah, there. So now, move slower because now, right X key, right left key, multiplied by acceleration, and oh yeah, change SX, yeah, sorry, yeah. Change SX by right left key, multiplied by acceleration, and now, so, now it works, and if we do point in direction, right left key, X key, times 90, the code looks a lot simpler now. Look, so now, but of course, this happens. Now, what we can do is we can create, so basically what happens is, this just keeps moving back. So now, here's what happens. So, this is 0, but when you press the right and left keys, because of the minus, it turns from true and false to -1 and +1. But that's where the problem comes. It turns back to 0 and the direction goes to 0. However, because of our left-right thing, it automatically points in 90 degrees at 0. And, okay, I'm just going to remove that and do 180. Wait, 90 degrees? Oh, yeah. But anyways, just put that point in direction back. And now we can't just stand there. Also, it's a bit slippery. And let's just first fix this problem. So, what can we do? So, so what we can do is we can create a new variable. Or in direction. So this, okay. In direction for this sprite only. So this will be set not right left key equal to 0. And now, if we do it as indirection, it's still there. No, wait, it's not. So, in the set SX, it checks if it's not. So, it's there. Weird. What's happening? So, right, left key. So, when you set it to 1, it's not working. So, oh, yeah. There. Now it should work. There, that's better. I noticed that the shoulders look a bit uneven. There was a minor disturbance, so anyways, it works. That's because the indirection now switches, and we can hide these. So we should create a new thing. So let's put a new thing. It's called change costume. Another thing which we might want to note is that with later types of hitboxes, the direction should always be pointing in a different way. So let's go ahead and set this to don't rotate no matter what. Now, it changed costume, set costume to idle, and now it's just the hitbox. So now it works, but this time what we can do is if SX, so first we create a new variable. It's called frame. Frame, we should always initialize frame, even though we know that it's not going to matter. So now, at the end of this, change frame by 1. If greater than 0, so first we need to know which costumes are the running ones. So if we go to costumes, we should see running as 20, 19, and 18. So, if frame, SX is greater than 0, switch costume to frame, and you know this is not going to end up well. I mean, we have a lot of costumes, so now something is wrong. Really, so, oh yeah. So what we're going to do is we're just going to change frame by 1 over here and do the stop this script. Or, instead of that, we could use an if-else condition. Yeah, that's not what we want. Also, it's moving long after we have moved. That's because it's not going to be 0 for a long time. So, now, what we can do is we can do, is it 18 or so? Yeah, I forgot, but let's just do 18 plus frame mod. So what this will do is it'll do frame, give the remainder of frame divided by 3. So now, yeah, now it works. Now 0.25, and now it should work. And it doesn't work backwards because we're supposed to use the absolute value. Undo. Okay, now I actually agree that costume is very, very bad. I'm going to change it. I knew it was pretty bad before, but I didn't expect it, yeah. You know what? Let's just do absolute 0, and so that way I get a long time. And let's just see. So I'm just gonna edit this costume because it looks very, very horrible. So anyways, I think one of the main things is the fact that this leg never goes inwards, which I believe is a major factor. I don't think this is the right one though. Yeah, let's go here. Yeah, this is perfect for inwards. This guy still looks like he's dancing somehow crazily. So, and let's do like this, and then okay, that is definitely not it. What is he doing? I think it might be the arms too. Yeah, this elbow can be out. And we can do like this. This one I can do like this, and now it's much more manageable and it doesn't look as bad. Yeah, and definitely we could change the images for the starter project to be much better than this. Now it's time to just do a 0.1. I think 0.1 might actually, yeah, 0.5. Actually, I think 0.2. So I'm going to do some experimenting, and I think this looks good. Yeah. We might want to slow it down even further to 0.1 maybe. Let's try that. Okay, we need one where the elbows are far back. Yeah, this is not running. Oh well, this is good enough. So, anyways, with the crazy run, it's good enough for now, but we're going to change it sometime. Anyways, so now with the crazy run, we can see what next. So, how about we attempt to make a jumping animation? So, this is more important than running, and I've already designed costumes for this. So, if SY is greater than 0, switch costume to jump up. And so now we can use the stop the script over here. And so now if we do in air is greater than 0, now, and now if we do if SY is greater than 0, this SY is greater than 0, we can do fall, down, jump, fall, and now it works. But do you think that guy just suddenly starts falling and then does like that? I've actually created something called impact. Hold on, where is it? I think it's near the jumping animations. Yeah, impact. So what we can do is we can create something called jump frame. And set jump frame to 0 while this. So now if jump frame less than 5, change jump frame by 1. And then switch costume to impact. Maybe something higher. Maybe a 20? 20 frames. impact would actually be better for this. If we do jump in less than 8 maybe, and then if less than 15 maybe, we can switch it to regular impact. We might need to change these names but okay, this might be a problem. So this is where multiple hitboxes come in. So here's how you create a basic hitbox for one of your things. High impact, hitbox. Hitbox, high impact. High impact. So first you create a box and we're there. And put a fill, so that way it works. And cut it off. Cut everything off. And now, what we can do is, we can use the same condition as the change cost rule. And except the jump frame thing is not necessary. So now, your head seems to be stuck in it. Weird. So, let me just try something. Yeah, that works, but now, let's just try something instead of to stop the script. Seems to be going up and up and up. So this is not expected. Maybe we should do 0.5. So that way now it's split evenly. Maybe we should just stop that. So, no, actually, I think we're okay with that. Hold on. I have an idea. Instead of just jump frame is greater than 8, let's do jump hitbox. Impact hitbox, actually. Impact hitbox. I just set impact hitbox to 1. Set impact hitbox to 0 immediately after. And if impact hitbox is greater than 0, yeah, that's better. Only the fact that it doesn't seem to be able to move now. Weird. I think there might be a small bug with that. So let's just disable this and see what happens. I think there might be something wrong with the movement. Did we accidentally alter SX? That's happened a lot. Anyways, so we'll try to fix that. So let's just see. So let's completely remove that and just, yeah, I think we altered SX somewhere. Anyways, hold on, let's try something. Switch both of these off. Yeah, something is wrong. And it's not with the costume changing. So let's try to debug. First, let's check out light left key. Okay, now it works. Now let's check out SX. Wait a minute. Okay, you know what? We're just switching back to the original. But SX is not changing, yeah. resistance. So, nope, it can't be air resistance. What could it be? Maybe if we did... What's acceleration? 0.85. So that can't be it. Wait a minute. Acceleration is 1.5. Acceleration is 0? There, yeah. Something must have gone wrong with acceleration. This should fix it. The fact is, you can't actually walk while impact. And let's see, is there anything else which we have to do? I suppose we could add crouching, even though I think that would be a good subject for the next video. Yeah, okay, let's make the next video about crouching and how we're going to deal with it. And also, maybe also a bit of other stuff. And so, we'll do this and... Whoa. Okay, your head is still inside. Yeah, this is also going to be something which we're going to fix in the next video, since I have a feeling that the time is up. So don't forget to like and subscribe,